process. Originally, we start with a piece of 6mm square wire. From that, we'll go to a mounter who would make the ring. From that, we'll go to a setter to set the stone. From that, we'll go to a polisher to polish the ring. At the end of the line, it would go to the London Assay Office, which is also based in Hatton Garden now, where they would hallmark it with the Queen or the King's hallmark. And then from then, it would go on to an independent retailers who they would sell it to the public. Yeah, people come to Hatton Garden to buy an engagement ring. Traditionally, from the sort of the 50s and the 60s, it's always renowned. People come to Hatton Garden to get a special deal on an engagement ring. But it's much more than that. Behind the shops in Hatton Garden are the workshops, original jewellery making workshops, which people are surprised to see nowadays because it's such an old skill. And the jewellery made in those workshops is to a better ability than probably anywhere else in the world. Or it's to a very, very high standard. We can make jewellery to the high standard as anybody else can. My grandfather sold sweets in Everlane. And when my dad got an apprenticeship, my grandfather had to the gentleman give my dad an apprenticeship 12 bob a month to employ him. He didn't get paid anything for 3 years. He did 50 years to the day on the bench. And he retired nearly 3 years ago. My dad started up his own business. I joined my dad when I was 15. And it was him and me.
I came here to Hatton Garden about 22, 23 years ago, and it was just a decision I made to start working for myself. And it was just really a friend I worked with who previous 3 or 4 years had decided to do the same thing, and he had a space and he said I could rent the space, and that's initially how I started. I really couldn't see me setting up anywhere else. I wanted to be in Hatton Garden. I just think it's a fantastic place to work, really.
I moved in here when County Council set it up as one of the first tenants, which was 2 years ago, after they were trying to regenerate the whole area. So there was 8 of us who moved in originally, start-ups in these 4 rooms, and then 3 more established businesses. Camden have paid for thousands of pounds worth of equipment that we just couldn't afford. So it's great in here because you get your own space, but also you get the communal area where you get to talk to people and hang out, drink tea, but also use the equipment. So it works perfectly. It's really good.
I don't think that there is an industry or a trade like the jewellery trade. I mean, it's built up of a lot of workshops of guys like myself. We're 1 or 2 people in a workshop, and you're working, and you give work out, you take work in. Because we were such a close-knit unit, and we didn't accept anything from outside that close-knit unit, it prevented us from evolving. It also preserved the tremendous skills that we've got around here. As an apprentice, you went around, you met other people, you met all the polishers, the setters, the engravers. You were sent around, and doing your apprenticeship, you basically integrated into the trade. We socialised together, we had football teams, we had social evenings. There was a whole social world involved in being in this game. It doesn't exist anymore. What it is about an area like this is we never had to look outside our area for work. All the guys in here with skills, all the work. There was always work, there was plenty of work around here. We've seen a lot of change, we have been pretty decimated over the last 15 years, really. We've seen an awful lot of change here. We've seen our trade shrink dramatically.
Yeah, there's quite a few jewellers down here, but as for pure silversmithing, I think we're one of the last, yeah.
There are things being done to help the craftsmen here locate or connect with retailers and manufacturers outside the area. But I get people telling me off all the time, you should have an apprentice. Why aren't you handing your skills on? Why aren't you It's hard. They take a lot of time, they move on, they won't finish an apprenticeship. But designers, they stay. They tend to be doing something for different reasons. They're making businesses, they're making brands, and they're going to affect the way that we actually operate because they're bringing new ideas with them. And I think this area will change in the way that if you walk down Hatton Garden now, you'll actually see there's one or two ateliers opening. You know, you'll see a shop that's not the normal Hatton Garden shop, that's got somebody working on a workbench in there. Think of an area of extremely good quality, high design, you know, and that's it. So designers that are armed with all 300 years worth of knowledge of making. I think that's a powerful combination. I think that could take us into the future. Is that we don't make things with our hands, we make them with our brain.
Are we good after?
When it shrinks, yeah, look, it's sized up, yeah, it's sized up for mould. That's a 4mm stone in there. Let's just change the colour of this if I can. Is that the ring?
Let me see the side of it.
It's a tool, you just got to learn the techniques. The fact of the matter is you can achieve extremely high quality of all, you know, anything that you can make by hand, you can make on CAD. There are some disadvantages to CAD. There are some things about CAD that are not delivering at the moment, but it's an instrument, it's a tool that's really in its infancy in our industry. You know, we're very slow to adapt. This industry has been incredibly slow to adapt. With regards to anybody saying you can't get a good and a very high quality end result, they're on a learning curve. This is the future, guys. I would say that no, desktop. You know, you mix technology with your skills, and it's a pretty good formula. It's all about deadlines. It's about somebody else earning money. It's about me earning my living, and also somebody else using my skills to make somebody else happy, i.e. you've got a customer. A retail outlet sold a ring for £7,000, £8,000, no, whatever what it is. Anyway, they've got to deliver that on the day to the customer. They're going to go out the door. If it's £1,000, if it's a £500 ring, whatever it is, it belongs to somebody, it's their bit of treasure, they want to go away with it. For my job, I've got to get it done, delivered and out the door at that time. So everywhere else, everyone else along the line also has to get the stuff out the door. And you know, everywhere you go, there's always a chance something can go wrong, there's always a chance that something's going to go pear-shaped, and then you're in trouble. You've got to get it, you have to then correct that error. So, you know, wherever you go, if you come from me, you go to a polisher's, you go to the centre, they're all under the same pressure. I go to the centre, I need it this afternoon, I need it in an hour, I need it. So it's deadlines. It's all about deadlines and about budget. And that's it. I'll give an estimate, I'll say that's the price. Use a good craftsman, because at the end of the day, when you deliver it to your customer, they go, that's great, that's lovely, that's exactly what I wanted. That's the rapport you want with people, not, oh, didn't quite expect it was going to look like that, which you can get. Every now and again you get the, oh, I didn't think it was going to look like that. Touch wood, not too often.